Okay, here's the iPod assignment to make an advertisement. You remember these probably from the late 90s, early 2000s, these advertisements for the iPod. We're going to make the same type of idea using a picture of you. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to open up a picture of me here. Okay, I'm holding an iPod. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out by using levels. The first thing you want to do is make a new layer. So just right click on your layer here, or you can drag it down to the layer palette, which makes a duplicate. Hit Command L and run your white towards the left and your left black towards the right, and it makes a perfect nice cutout there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a colored background. To do that, make a brand new layer, take your magic wand, go back on the layer right below it, and just click the white part and paint that a color. I'm going to use a nice green here, like iPod or Apple would use. And with my paintbrush, I'm going to paint in the background. Using your bracket keys, make a bigger brush and just paint the background. Now, it's not getting everything perfect, but it's doing a pretty good job. Okay? Command D gets rid of marching ants. Command D, deselect. Now, to get the rest of these areas in here, we should use our magic wand and click on those little areas that we've missed here. And we're going to hold down Shift to get all the rest. Then again, take your paintbrush and finish off those areas. Great, that's good enough for now. Okay, now we can go ahead and clean up the rest of this by taking the paintbrush, using black, small brush, and you can paint in the areas that didn't quite finish off. Where my ear is, my glasses had a little bit of place there. Okay, and you can just kind of finish off where there's some color showing. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take, whoops, that doesn't look good. And then we're going to take a paintbrush with a nice, well, let's not use a paintbrush, just use the pencil tool with white on top, and we're going to paint in where the cord goes. So make a new layer, and just paint the cord. Now it's too big, so go with your bracket keys, a little bit smaller there. Just kind of follow where that cord probably would go, or you can have some fun with that if you want. Okay, and then just split that off to the other ear. Great. Now we need to make a Apple iPod here. So let's just use our shapes tools down here. Take a rounded rectangle tool. Let's make a little iPod about the size we need it. Okay, and of course I had white selected on top here, so it made a perfect white. Move tool, we can move it into place. Command T. Okay, but before we do that, let's keep it straight up and down, and let's put in the circles. So if you take the same shape tool and go to the ellipse tool and draw a round circle. Now it's white, so we want to change that from white to light gray. Something might be there. Okay. And then take your move tool there, and oh, that looks good. And then let's take my ellipse tool again, and let's paint another really small circle in here, and let's do white. Use your move tool or your arrow tools on your keypad, and then take one more time your rounded rectangle tool and make an iPod screen here. Okay, make that light gray as well. Okay. Now we've got our Apple iPod. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take each one of those. Now look how it made each one of these made a layer. So hold down Shift, get all 4 of those, right click on the blue part here, and you're going to merge those together. So scroll down here. It's not showing my merge very well here, so I'm just going to highlight those and go to what is this? It is layer, and merge. So now your iPod is on there. Oh, it looks like it merged it all not very well there. Let's just drag it into place. Well, that's going to work. Command T, because they're all selected together there. Great. And you can, again, use your keypad to move that into place. That's looking very much like the iPod commercial. I might need to go in. Now, if you, on these layers down here, see how it's got this little box next to each one here, right here? Okay. That means it's a vector file. So just right click, okay, and you need to rasterize those layers. Okay. Now they're rasterized, so we can play around with those. Like I'm going to select each one again, holding down Shift, and then I'm going to erase where my thumb is. So I'm going to go here. Oh, I'm going to paint. I need to paint my thumb there. So I'm just going to take my black paintbrush, and I think my thumb needs to come over the top of here. These are just little fine-tuning things that I think is smart, so it looks more like it's real, you know. So on the top layer here, let's just paint a thumb across there like that. Maybe the fingers, like your fingers are holding it. Okay, and then of course you can do some more fine tuning by making the iPod earbuds looking more real, like kind of accentuate those down, kind of like Apple would do. You know, those are too big. I'm gonna go back in time and just make those a little bit smaller. Just accentuate it a little bit. Accentuate that little place there. Pretty cool. That's it. That is making yourself. Oh, and one last thing. Go to the internet and pull up let me put Apple iPod. Google that and just do the commercial. Let's just do ad. And I want you to pull the logo, Apple logo, off of something. So I'm just going to take that, put it onto the screen here, and then I'm going to grab this Apple using my magic wand, select, inverse, and hit delete. Now I've got this perfect Apple logo I can put up there. Complete.